Imagine being 25 years old with $30,000 in credit card debt, driving for Uber 14 hours a day just to make minimum payments. Imagine getting an eviction notice because you're 3 months behind on rent. Now imagine that just 7 years later, that same Uber driver owns multiple businesses, has a net worth of over $1.5 million, and lives completely debt-free. Impossible. That's what David Chen thought too, but he discovered one strategy that changed everything. Stay until the end because David's approach was completely unexpected. David Chen was born in Los Angeles to immigrant parents who worked in garment factories. He dropped out of community college at 23 to help his family. By 25, he had $30,000 in credit card debt. He didn't understand how interest worked. He thought he was building credit. David worked at a call center making $2,200 monthly. After rent, car payment, and debt minimum payments, he had $300 left. He was drowning. So David started driving Uber nights and weekends. He worked his call center job 9 to 5, then drove Uber until 2 a.m. Weekends, all day. David made an extra $1,500 monthly from Uber, but it barely helped. He was exhausted, stressed, going nowhere. One night, waiting for rides, David broke down. He was 25, $30,000 in debt, working 80 hours weekly, and still broke. Something had to change. That's when David started paying attention. During rides, he listened to passengers. Business owners complained about finding reliable employees. Entrepreneurs discussed scaling challenges. David realized he was getting a free education just by listening. But one conversation changed everything. A passenger who owned a moving company said, "I'm turning away customers because I can't find reliable movers. I could double my business with the right people." David asked questions. How much do movers make? What's the challenge? The owner explained, good movers make $25 hourly, but finding trustworthy workers was impossible. The demand was huge in LA, but reliable people were scarce. That night, David couldn't sleep. He did the math. If he could connect reliable workers with moving companies, he could take commission on each job. He didn't need money to start, just people and companies. David created a simple plan. Recruit reliable movers, connect them with moving companies needing help. Take 20% of what movers earned. Everyone wins. But David had no credibility, no experience, no marketing money. How do you start a staffing business with nothing? David got creative. He went to his gym and approached the strongest guys. He offered them $25 hourly for weekend moving jobs. 5 said yes. Then David called every moving company in LA, offering a deal. Try his movers free on one job. If they're good, hire them through his service. If not, no cost. 3 companies agreed. David's movers showed up on time, worked hard, did excellent jobs. All 3 wanted more. Within a month, 10 movers and 5 companies. David was making $2,000 monthly in commissions while still driving Uber and working his call center job. But David saw something bigger. Moving companies struggled to get customers. They relied on word of mouth and outdated websites. David taught himself digital marketing through YouTube. He offered companies a deal. He'd run their social media and ads free for 1 month. If it brought customers, they'd pay him $500 monthly. If not, nothing. For said yes. David spent every free hour learning Facebook ads, Google ads, and SEO. He created posts, testimonials, and targeted local ads. Within 3 weeks, all 4 got new customers. They paid him. Now David had 2 revenue streams, staffing and marketing. An extra $4,000 monthly. He quit his call center job and focused on building his business. Are you seeing opportunities around you or just complaining? If this resonates, hit that like button and subscribe to Fortune Pathways. Every week we bring real stories of people who transformed their lives through smart strategy. And David's story gets even better. At 27, David had a realization. He was doing 2 businesses, staffing and marketing. What if he combined them, provide workers and get customers for moving companies? David created a new offer. We'll provide your crews and fill your calendar. You pay us 30% of each completed job. Moving owners loved it. They could focus on operations while David handled everything else. The model worked brilliantly. David scaled fast. He hired a team to recruit movers and a marketing specialist for ads. Within a year, 15 partnerships across Los Angeles. But here's David's million-dollar decision. Instead of being the middleman, why not start his own moving company? He had workers, he had marketing skills, he understood the business. At 28, David launched his moving company. He hired the best movers he knew. He ran aggressive digital campaigns. He undercut competitors while delivering better service. Same-day moves, flexible scheduling, satisfaction guarantees. The business exploded. First year, $600,000 revenue with 35% profit margin. David paid off his $30,000 debt, got a nice apartment, bought a reliable car. At 29, he opened a second location in San Diego. At 30, a third in Orange County. He systematized everything: hiring, training, scheduling, customer service. He worked on the business, not in it. David also diversified. He invested profits in real estate, buying a duplex and renting it out. He invested in index funds. He learned tax strategies and business structures. At 32, 7 years after that breakdown in his Uber, David's moving company did over $3 million annually across 3 locations. But here's what David's most proud of. His company employs over 50 people. Many immigrants like his parents or young people struggling like he was. He pays well, offers benefits, creates opportunities. David's story teaches critical lessons. 1. Your current job is a classroom, if you pay attention. David turned Uber rides into market research. He listened and identified opportunities others missed. 2. You don't need money to start, you need observation and connections. David started his staffing business with zero capital by connecting people who needed each other. 3. Solve problems for money, then scale solutions. David solved staffing problems, then marketing problems, then built a complete business around those solutions. 4. Learn skills that create value. David taught himself digital marketing for free. That skill made him thousands monthly and eventually millions. 5. The middleman who understands both sides can own the operation. David connected movers to companies, then realized he could own it all. 6. Debt is temporary. David had $30,000 in debt at 25. By 28, debt-free and building wealth. Your financial past doesn't determine your future. David's strategy was simple. Pay attention to problems, learn valuable skills, connect people who need each other, take commission, scale, then own the operation. No special education, no startup capital, just observation, hustle, and strategic thinking. If this inspired you, do 3 things. First, smash that like button. Second, subscribe to Fortune Pathways and turn on notifications. Third, share this with someone grinding hard but feeling stuck. Comment below, what problem do you see that you could solve? I read every comment. David went from $30,000 in debt driving Uber to owning a multi-million-dollar business. Your situation today doesn't define where you'll be in 7 years. Your decisions do. See you in the next video. Your fortune is waiting on your path. You just need to start walking.